We back. New knowledge. Episode 13. New team. I can't freestyle, but you know it. Hey, I'm all about the cream.
The cream.
Get it in the visa.
Dollar.
Not Roddy Rich,
Whoa.
but I ball every season. Hey. We back. Episode 13 of the New Knowledge Podcast. A whole bunch of stuff going on in the past week.
Very true, very true.
We just wanted to bring some good vibes.
Some great vibes.
For the new week.
For the new week. Of course.
The new president.
The new president.
Potentially the new direction of the country.
Yeah. The betterment of society that we always talk about. Hopefully this is the... we go into the next 4 years are about betterment of our society and, just as everybody's society. I just hope it's better. I just want it to be better.
Yeah,
I want improvement.
Yeah, we just want a little bit, a lot of
it.
So this episode will touch on, obviously, the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
The thing that's consumed the entire week because of the mail-in ballots and the long counting and Nevada being slow as hell.
Slow. Very slow.
But
all them states being just slow. But it finally came in. We got a new president. Hopefully this is a new beginning. Start to something just I don't want to say amazing. That would kick out all the stuff that we analyzed before about both sides. Yeah. But I definitely do think that this is the better option. And I feel like now there's an expectation that these people need to live up to. And because you're leaders, I feel like you now have to live up to that expectation. And hopefully he takes that leadership role. And hopefully, same with Miss Madam Harris,
Madam Vice President.
Hopefully she
first in the history.
Yeah,
in the history books.
Making history. You know what I'm saying? Adding some color to the black and white pictures.
Yeah. So we'll touch on that, of course, in terms of current events. And instead of a specific deep dive, we got some questions lined up that you guys put in on an Instagram poll.
So it's for you guys.
Little participation.
Yeah, showing you guys that when you guys are active on our page, I'm telling you, we're going to answer your questions. Yeah. And this one is called No Cap. We ain't wearing hats this time.
No hats this time.
This is no cap. This is 100%. Might have to be an E-rated. This is going to be a real podcast.
So touch on that, go into the little questions, and we'll just kind of see where it goes.
We hope you guys are all doing well at home, during this pandemic and everything.
Some new spikes, new highs. Y'all stay safe. Stay safe out there.
But we are the New Knowledge Podcast. We're the voices of tomorrow.
The words of the unheard.
LA's finest.
My name is Christoph.
My name is Amiri.
And you are listening to the New Knowledge Podcast. All right, we back.
No cap.
No cap.
No caparoonie buffooni. Let's get it popping.
So, long week.
We say that a lot.
The weeks just be so long. Like, bro, it has no business being that long.
Long week.
I mean, it's like, we
this one was because the election made this one extra.
Bro. How do they expect me to do my calculus homework?
It was a lot of teachers. I mean, I don't know. A lot of teachers and students were also telling me this too. That a lot of teachers weren't giving a lot of people leeway when it came to that this is kind of mentally stressing. I remember when Trump got elected and my teacher broke down when we heard the news. Yeah,
dang,
because it's just that emotionally and that's the first time I was like, dang, this thing real, bro.
Yeah. So because I saw people crying because when Biden got elected, just tears of joy, and it's
Sierra went on. I think it was I saw it on Shade Room. She was crying.
Oh yeah, but it's it's real because it's just this 4 years has felt so long, and when Biden came up to speak, it wasn't today. Yesterday, when before he got the nomination, before they would give it to him, so he just went out and spoke. It was hearing him speak. It's I mean, and he's not even like, he's not Obama. Like, he's not the speech, like,
Yeah.
he's not that guy when it comes to giving speeches. But it's just like, you can see the stark contrast of something that's presidential and some BS.
Yeah.
Like, I just hope that this serves as a reminder that, you know, while democracies are not perfect, they can fix things.
Yeah.
So some would say we had the fate of democracy in the balance, and the people spoke. And the people chose. And that's the work in progress of a democracy.
He denies it all.
The one thing, I'm just wondering how the history books are going to put this. You see what I'm saying? Like,
history has its eyes
50 years from now, our grandkids. Yeah, we already like 18. Yeah, grandkids, 50. I'll give it that. Because we'll be what, like 70? Okay, I should have some grandkids by 70.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have no.
If people have kids,
Mm-hmm.
just looking, how will history look at this?
Yeah.
Because in terms of some would say almost destroying a democracy, almost destroying all of its norms, the whole fake news, and
Yeah.
you see in the history books, it will say we had a president that did not want them to count the votes. That will be in the history books, etched in stone.
Quote Donald J. Trump.
Yeah. Stop the count. Stop the votes. Like that doesn't even like.
And they had
this is the president of the free world.
You saw the one where it was like it's like a video. It's like half his supporters being like, keep counting the votes.
Half of them,
like,
all in Pennsylvania are saying stop the count. All of them in Arizona saying hurry up and count it, bro. Let them do their job, like, bro.
Or just like, it's stop counting so you will win.
Yeah.
Like even if they stop counting, then
hold that L.
Yeah. So.
But I mean, it's just. I'm glad for some. I mean, for me, I think that this democracy is something that's more important than any party, any candidate. Saving this democracy or keeping it intact is the most important thing as an American.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that the people ended up choosing. And we'll see what happens with all of his lawsuits and whatever. But
I hope he learns what justice is.
Yeah, I mean,
I hope.
And then they said 2024, like, bro, we're done with you, dog. We are done.
All right, who's going to try to run again?
Because you can run twice. I mean, you
can two terms.
Yeah, 2 terms. So you can run as many times as you want.
But
if you
that's weird. What's it going to turn to like the Cavs versus the Warriors or something like that? Like that's gross.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see if he even makes it to 2024. I mean, I don't mean.
So I don't
mean he's gonna die or anything, but I'm saying like, he might be in jail. You can't run from jail. You know,
if he goes to jail, he's gonna. I mean,
you don't know. You don't know.
If he goes to jail,
but you don't know because he can pardon himself from all crimes.
But let's say he does go to jail though. Like, you think he's gonna be that guy?
Nah.
That they beat up.
Oh, they have to send him to maximum security.
Yeah, he's gonna have to be in like a.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that. Oh, and let me just give a shout out. You young people,
bro.
18 to 25. They said that 18 to 25 voted like 94% Trump. I mean Biden. Other way around. It was like 95% voted for Biden. And they showed up because they say young people don't vote. Because they don't vote. They don't vote. But
they be slacking.
We showed up, showed out, and I'd be remiss not to
thank and like show appreciation towards it's like how we talked about on like the episodes, right? Like on episode 12 and just in the episodes prior to that, it's just our voice matters.
Yeah.
And it's been, maybe in the past, it's very skeptical to say that after like the 2016 election, right? That our voice matters. But it shows that when you're actually, striving, Biden is the better of the two options.
Yeah.
Right? Clearly. Right? I mean, if you don't get that by now, you will soon realize how that is true.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you don't align with his beliefs, you'll
see he's the better leader.
Yeah, the better leader out of the two. So,
but I mean,
we've talked about how important it is to just voice our opinions to get those leaders in, and to see that effort pay off, to feel like that my vote counted towards something.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like that's new to me, right? Of course, it's my first time doing it, but it's just like, it's just, I hope that everybody else understands that it doesn't stop here, but there is a new start, and that we need to continue to be active in this experimental democracy and just in our lives, period. So I'm looking forward to what Biden's going to do for us.
Yeah, I just want to say that Black folks across the country showed up, showed out. Especially when I texted all the homeboys down in Atlanta.
Yeah,
holding it down. I mean, Stacey Abrams, you can't give enough credit.
Yeah.
She registered almost 1 million voters before this election. Like, that's insane.
1 million.
1 million voters in Georgia.
That's crazy.
And that's probably why it's going to flip blue. Or it already flipped blue, but it's probably why it's going to stay blue.
Yeah.
But, and, because it came down to Atlanta, Detroit, Philly,
black.
Those, yeah.
Black, black cities, basically.
Yeah, I mean, black cities.
Predominantly black cities.
Yeah, predominantly black minority cities. So if this doesn't show you anything, is that when we as black people, Hispanics, show up and show out, especially all minorities in these types of communities, it creates a change. I saw this one map, and it was electoral colleges based on like different like subset groups. So like if only minorities voted in or if only people of color voted, the entire map would be blue. If it was like only white men voted, it would be like the entire map minus 4 states would be blue. So the rest would be red. If it was only women, then it would be still mostly red, or it was like half and half, red and blue. So it's like based on these particular
you said
subset
based
groups.
on white, it will be mostly blue.
But white men, it would be entirely red besides.
Oh, okay. You said the opposite.
Oh, it would be entirely red besides like Washington, Oregon, Maine, and Vermont, something like that. So it just goes to show you the power that we have.
Yeah.
And
really flipping the tide.
Yeah, I mean, and despite the pandemic, the most votes for a candidate
in history.
First and second. Donald Trump has the second most votes. But that just shows
how many people participate.
That just shows the participation. And when more people participate, you have these entirely different, as opposed to 2016, entirely different race.
Yeah.
It actually flipped. Because Trump won 306 electoral college votes, and Biden is projected to win 306. So you see how much the change flips it.
Yeah.
And you give credit to this summer, you give credit to everything that's gone on this year.
It's just, I think it's a plan.
It's a culmination of, it took this year to really take out one of the biggest dangers, in my opinion, to our democracy.
Hey, look. Point is, boys out.
Hey, Twitter, jumping.
Bro, Twitter, bro,
jumping.
Twitter and Instagram would be having me crying. That's a whole different story.
Blocked by Biden.
Like, it's just, oh yeah, with the bomb. Yeah.
Blocked by Biden.
It's just, we're glad that he's out. No cap.
Yeah.
And speaking of no cap, let's dive into the real. Well, one of the biggest or most popular questions I've seen social media, Twitter, Instagram, our friends talk about all the time. You hear about it a lot. Is do black men cheat?
Black men don't cheat.
Black men don't cheat.
Black men don't cheat.
They don't cheat.
Cut to the camera.
We don't cheat.
Black men don't cheat.
Hey, what the New Knowledge Podcast say? Black men don't cheat.
I approve this message.
I approve this message. Okay.
I mean, if we're being real, like, men cheat in general. Some men do.
Okay.
I don't. You don't.
I don't.
But men cheat.
Why do you think men cheat?
I don't know. Yeah, why do I don't? I mean,
no, I asked that.
for a lot of,
I'm sorry.
I honestly don't know, but I think it comes that it just like anything else, it comes down to character. You feel me? Like if you have enough character, enough wherewithal to, if you're in a relationship with somebody, whatever, and you have just enough, just like decency. Like if you don't mess with them no more, why are you wasting their time?
Yeah.
You feel me? Like
Okay.
I hate getting my time wasted.
Oh, me too.
Even on some BS. Like, bro, I don't like my time.
I don't like my time
I
wasted.
don't like my time wasted. So like,
Oh, that's the worst.
If you just
feeling,
have
bro.
if you just have courtesy for other people, like living, like, what's the point? What's the point? If you don't mess with them no more, clearly you don't mess with them no more because you're looking for something else.
Yeah, I don't like when I don't like.
People just need more straight up.
I'm gonna go too much into it, but no. Okay. Surface question though, because we guys, so as much as we can get, we're kind of biased when it comes to the that we don't cheat thing. But why do you think? Do you think that females cheat as often as males do?
No.
I disagree.
See, the one thing is, like, men, if you go back, all the way back to the dawn of man, go back to the dawn of man. No, I'm being for real. Like, men's instinct, like you see in no.
Okay.
Men's instinct in, okay. If you go to animals and you see how they react, just because we are animals, the male species, or not for all animals, because like some like black widows, like the females, like the dominant one,
like the praying mantis, like
okay, monkeys sort of thing, because we evolved from that. Chimpanzees, whatever. Primates. Good, better. Like, the reason that they're put on this earth is to reproduce. That's the reason. As much as we want to,
I know, bro. I've been saying that for so long.
Bro,
I'm so happy you said that, but I've been saying that for so long.
I'm saying, like, the reason that we are, like, we're too smart to, because we try to outsmart ourselves, whatever.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, your job on this planet is to reproduce for your species. That's it. All the other social, philosophical thought, that's all gravy on top of you.
Yeah.
That's just because we have advanced brains, whatever. But that goes back. Okay, so I'm going back to the whole cheating thing.
Right.
I believe that men are more likely to cheat because the instinct, the primate instinct.
Is that sexual attraction?
No, it's to reproduce, and it's to it's to lay your seed at as many places as possible. That's like the whole like hunter-gatherer type. Like your instinct is to go hunt.
It's you think that some men haven't.
No, it's not. No. It's so deep in your subconscious that I think that's the reason why. Because it could be because I don't feel this way, that way about her, whatever. Like, but I feel like that like primal instinct is the reason, or maybe it's just the reason men get caught more because it's just the instinct.
Yeah.
But I don't want to blame it. Okay, I don't want to blame it on the instinct.
Kinda
I'm not trying to blame it on the instinct, but I'm saying that the justification for men probably cheating more than women is because it's like I don't want to say it's in our DNA because then it's in my DNA too. But I'm saying that it's like subconsciously when you go back down to the bare bones, skin and bones. That's what we're here for. To lay our seed in as many places as possible because we want to reproduce.
Okay, I'll put it like this. I think that, so here's where I disagree with you. The reason I think that men cheat or women cheat as much as men. Right?
Okay.
Right? That's equality, right? Okay. All right. That's my hey.
Equality across the genders. We like especially with. all right. Go.
So the reason why I think that women cheat as much, maybe even more than men.
Okay.
I don't think
Spill it. Give me the evidence.
It's because I feel like first it goes to what you count as cheating. Now universally, I think that an attraction to
what is cheating?
What counts as cheating? What counts as cheating? So like specifically?
Yeah, I'm saying yeah. So let's say you're in a relationship. What counts as cheating?
Let's say you're in a relationship.
I am in a relationship.
Okay, so what counts as cheating?
I mean, I guess showing interest in somebody else, like texting them.
That's cheating?
No, like texting.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like
flirting.
Yeah. Oh yeah, okay. Flirting with somebody else. For some people, that counts as cheating.
Okay. But I've been told I'm a naturally flirtatious person.
Yeah,
so do I naturally cheat?
Oh
no. So I don't think so. I think that's,
or maybe I don't know. I feel no. It's like if you intentionally are like trying to do. I feel like it's based on intention.
It's based on intention. Okay. Say less.
Continue.
So I feel like
continue.
I feel like women have more. I feel like women have more of an attraction to the emotional, the emotional part of a relationship, right?
Okay.
It's generally speaking, right? We're less of a feelings type of person till we get like our feelings take longer to kind of like reveal themselves or
I agree
or comfort with emotion.
Okay.
Whereas women though, it's the emotion that attaches, right? It's the care, think about it, right?
But I think it takes more time to care about somebody. You feel what I'm saying?
But that's thighs. Cause think about it.
No, I'm saying I feel like
keep it a whole 100 though, because your instinct to do something like your instinct to do that is not about care. It's never been about care, right?
I agree with that. Okay.
But when you get when you got into your relationship, that was that emotional attraction that you, and then even then still there probably was doubt as it went along because you weren't able to kind of reveal that emotion as strongly just because of the way men are, or just the way that society
portrays men.
Right. I'm saying women cheat more because, for like you said, the intention is what matters, right? If somebody is caring for you deeply, and it rivals, like let's say hypothetically speaking, let's say your girl was talking to somebody else, right?
Damn.
Nice. But not like talking. I mean, like they had like a friend, right? Or somebody new.
I got a question for you after this.
Okay, who started showing extreme interest in her life, and in her affairs.
Yeah.
Right. And then continues to talk or whatever, and she's seeing, and let's say you're busy with the podcast.
I'm busy with the podcast, yeah.
Let's say that this care intensifies between the two. Like I said, their first attraction is the emotion appeal of things, right?
Okay.
This person is making them feel that care, feel an emotion, right? Hey man, they're texting. That's why texting is so dangerous.
Yeah.
For us, we don't care.
Okay, cool.
But you know what I'm saying?
You got me. Keep going.
So then that emotional attraction. So then she intentionally texts back for that, like trying to get that emotional care, because that's what the person does. Now, what you said is all based off of intention.
Based on intention.
Then doesn't that mean that she cheated?
And that's the question I asked you the other day. It was like if you like girls, not all girls, not all women. But
We
like,
have to,
like when it's
because
like
of the same
when it's
podcast,
like
we have to be general. But
yeah,
like, yeah.
but for some women, when it's like, oh my god, this dude can't stop texting me, and it's like, okay, so block him. It's like, I just didn't want to.
Okay,
I want to hear the spit. It's
Well,
like,
okay,
if
I
it
hate
was
to be
really
that
such a
dude.
problem, then block him.
No. I hate, okay. But I hate to be that dude because I've been in a situation where it's reversed.
But I'm saying, it's like, oh my god, he's flirting with me a whole bunch, and it's like, all right, so if I'm saying, oh my god,
I get you.
Yeah, I'm saying, oh, but he keeps flirting with me. All right, so
So she's coming to you telling you that he could. What do I do? Yeah,
block
block.
him.
Okay.
Block
Yeah,
him.
no, I get you. But I thought you were talking about like she thinks that somebody else is flirting with you heavily.
Oh,
and then
no,
she asks you, okay, yeah, because that's different.
Yeah.
That's jealousy.
Okay, but here's my rebuttal.
All right.
Here's my rebuttal.
Okay.
So you said about the emotional connection, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
I agree with most of what you said.
Okay.
About how for men, I don't know. I've only been a man my whole life, so I don't know what is in a woman's psyche.
So, but anybody who
But it's like, I feel like, dang, do I really want to? So I feel like,
bro. No cap.
no
cap.
Okay. So I feel like for men, it's super easy to have like a physical attraction to a woman without emotional attraction. You see, we agree on that. Okay. So it's like, it's easier. I can just have a physical attraction, no emotion attached. But it seems like for some women, in order to feel comfortable for the physical attraction,
They
there has
need
to-
that
there has to be some.
emotion.
For some, at some cases, I don't say that this is across the board at all.
Because I've seen,
some of
Hey.
some of them, they real life pimping these dudes. But that's besides the point. But I'm saying,
which is hurtful.
okay,
Hurtful.
yes,
Well,
I'm
I know where that was
hurted.
from,
Yes,
bro.
I'm jaded. But so I'm saying, in that sense, it's a lot easier for a man to do this thing that most people classify as cheating, which is usually like, bro, he cheated on me. Okay, he got with another girl, because that's a physical thing, because it requires little to no emotion.
Yeah.
But I feel like in the same time that it takes a man to get this physical attraction, or to get this physical attraction, to act on that physical attraction, it takes less time for a man to do that than it takes for a woman to build this emotional connection. So just based on the odds of, like, I can, if I really wanted to, or if a man really wanted to, he can get with a girl every day of the week. Depending on, I'm saying depending on,
Okay,
I'm saying if you really,
Christoph said he's like that. Christoph said he's like that.
all right, all right. I recant my statement.
Christoph said he's like
I
that.
recant my statement. No, but I'm saying, so a guy can get with a girl, okay, 5 days out of the week, business days, business
hours,
business hours only. But I feel like a woman can't get that emotional connection like that, like you're saying, with five guys in that same time span. You see what I'm saying? No, I'm saying
wait.
If we're doing cheating, is based on intention. If it's my physical intention to go do something, I can do it more often as if I'm doing it this way, as opposed to getting an emotional connection, then leading to intention for different stuff.
Okay,
you feel what I'm saying?
But what if they hurt? What if they hurt? All right, think about it like this.
Okay, but then they're more likely. But I'm saying,
but they're more likely to find that emotional attraction because it is. You talk about business days, dog.
No. But I'm saying,
Monday through Friday.
I'm saying, but yours is based on a like specific conditions. She's got to be hurt. She got to. But for me, it just requires me being a guy who obviously doesn't care about his girl. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
so you're saying that the ease of the physical attraction is a trait more that can be more identified or more classified or grouped in with men.
Yeah, but I also believe that's also because of like society and men not have, or the stigma of men not being in tune with their emotions. So then, if we're taught all this time that we're not in tune with our emotions, it's like, okay, then it don't take no emotion.
It don't take no emotion to do something physical.
So yeah, I feel like all of that mixed in with our primal instinct to
clap
hunt,
cheeks,
to hunt and gather, and
to gather some,
to get things together, to reproduce. That with the subconscious, I believe, makes men more likely to cheat. More likely, but I mean, any person with good character can get over any of those things. It's not like, oh my God, I can't control myself. I just gotta go cheat.
I mean, this doesn't apply to us at all, but like, it's just.
I said in general,
that
I think men are more likely to cheat.
I just think women are more.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying it's like 2-1. Like it might be like
51-49.
My odds, I'd say
60-40?
65-35.
65-35?
65-35. I'll say that.
I'm gonna say even 50.
Yeah, but so my next question.
Okay.
Like we're going into.
Hey,
we might have to cut some stuff.
Yeah.
But, hey,
I like this one. All right.
Best friends.
Shit.
Best friends of the opposite.
Speak on it. We gotta say that.
So I'm saying there's a big stigma about if you're talking to somebody or in a relationship with somebody. For guys, is it okay for guys to have a female best friend in a relationship? More than it is for a girl to have a guy best friend in a relationship.
Now,
speak on it.
You know I'm about to go stupid. Go stupid. Look, okay, where's my hat? I need to turn into a professor. Hold up. Let me get this. So look. Look, real shit. So, what I personally think, right? And this isn't like this is some BS.
This is on your views.
This is on my views.
This is on your views.
This is on my views. I know, as a young man, as a young black man in this society, I know for a fact. I know for a fact, right? And as a person who is multidimensional and studies the nature of human, right? Of human, okay?
Yes, professor. Yes, professor.
I know for a motherfucking fact. I know for a motherfucking fact that if a female has a best friend, right, and that attract. First of all, I feel like first I have female best friends.
Yeah.
But I'm me.
Yeah.
You get me? Like, there's not many me's out there. There's not many us's out there.
Very true. Very true.
Right? So we can recognize who's an us and who's not an us.
Okay.
So for somebody who can, like, I feel like if you're talking to a girl and there was a guy prior, like a best friend prior to you guys talking.
Okay.
I feel like that's less likely of a situation where something currently is happening. Okay. Something may have happened though.
Okay.
Because I was just recently talking on the phone with a friend of mine or whatever, and we kind of reviewed how like sometimes sometimes a friendship is tested by like seeing how far that friendship goes. You know what I'm saying? Like you get to a point in a not all the time, but you get in a like especially when you're free, like single, you get in a point where you test that. You know, you have a strong relationship with a certain female friend or whatever.
Yeah.
You guys are best friends, etc.
Mm-hmm.
You test how good of friends you are, and based on that test, you see whether you continue with that direction, that attraction direction, that emotional attachment direction, that friendship direction, or that that was awkward, so we're just gonna cut everything off. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm saying that if you have already tested that in the past, I think I'm not gonna count that path. I'm talking about current encounters.
Yeah.
You're dating a female, right?
Okay.
She meets a person or whatever, right? They start talking. Or
how about this? Because this is I'm giving the most likely scenario. You got a female, she's got a bunch of guy friends.
A bunch?
She's got guy friends. Maybe prior to you, maybe around the same time as you.
Which could have been people she
No, I'll say she never got with them.
Mm-hmm.
Preface. Because
because it's hard to
because it's hard if they got with them and then they're not, then they're probably not together anymore, or not even, So I'm saying the most likely, the most common scenario is you got lots of friends.
Okay.
You have friends.
All right.
You have closer guy friends that maybe nothing ever happened, and then you come into the picture.
Okay.
But you don't come in on friends. You come in on that romantic and end up being with her.
Okay.
And then you have your friends too. So that's the scenario.
Okay.
Speak on it, Professor.
All right. So you haven't given me an issue quite yet.
No, I'm saying I'm saying like on Instagram or like on Twitter, whatever. It's like the whole notion of, is it worse for a guy to have female best friends or for the girl to have guy best friends in terms of the relationship?
I think that is worse for a girl to have guy best friends
Okay.
because Professor of that of that same exact reason or notion that you gave before when we were talking about like just the
nature of a guy.
Like the nature of a guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For that exact same reason, I feel like because of that 65-35, I feel that if the female had a male best friend, it is more likely that the male best friend, because of his whatever, it will.
Because he's single.
He's single.
Okay.
Because he's always single.
He's always single.
He's always single. Like, no cap, right? Like, he's always, or like girlfriend and having terrible vibe, like always single.
Yeah.
So like so let's say we come across that person, right? He's always single. They bond over come on, let's get 100% though. They usually like the talking conversation, like when you talk to your best friend, like how I talk to you. Now I'm we're gonna talk about like our relationships like that openly like that much now because I don't need to. But keep it rolling. But that's the thing that happens. You can talk about it with your girlfriends, guys can talk about it or whatever. But their connection is kind of that you become a topic of conversation.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like that is dangerous. I feel like that guy best friend. It's not dangerous. Like, oh, I'm threatened as a male about like my woman. I know none of that. It's just like
in terms of the relationship.
Yeah, it's just suspect. And I mean, yeah, it kind of does test the trust of the girl or whatever. But we're not talking so much about the female. We're talking more about the male's intentions. I feel like if
we're talking about the best friend.
Yeah.
Part. Okay.
The best friend part. I feel like if you have any best friend, there should be no reason as to why. Like, if I'm best friends with a female, there should be no reason I'll be trying to get with that female if she's in a relationship, even if I'm single, right? Let's say I even like her, right?
Yeah.
To that point. There should be no reason why I'm either voicing that, chasing on that, flirting energy, doing any of that if I really respect them as a friend. Right?
Because you want what's best for you.
So when that happens, when a female I'm dating gets that best friend who does not respect them as a friend in the relationship that I'm in, especially the person being like who I am, I find that as a personal disrespect.
Okay.
So that's why I'm not okay with that suspect single best friend. Like, first of all, why is bro there? Get a life.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And it becomes worse when it's like, and I'm not a jealous person. I've just been in situations where it's common where that best friend likes that female, but the female swears on her mother life. It swears on her mama's life.
I swear on my dead granny.
Swears on her entire family that dude does not like her. And the reason why we know he likes her is because it's probably the same exact qualities that attracted us to the female in the first place. So you can't deny the fact that we see that.
Yeah.
Like, we're not, and then also for people who like, I hate them get so passionate about this. So also people who like kind of like relate to that or whatever. It's not so much, or the females who are like, okay, whatever. Like, it's not that we're being jealous. It's not that we're being envious of anybody who comes into your life and not like, oh, don't have a best friend or whatever. I hate the whole, we're talking about the social media stigma, so of course that's already a toxic community in its own, but I hate the whole idea that you can't have a guy friend, you can have a girlfriend, blah, 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 because, and the reason why that's there is because it implies that sexual, physical, emotional attraction with that best friend.
Yeah. And
so it becomes taboo when you get a friend that,
you don't
do anything with, but for some reason, a girl insists that you do something with. And
so here's my thing. I'm basing this off of Instagram. Off of a video I saw.
Okay, that would have been better.
I'm basing it off a video I saw. So the guy had a problem with this one particular, the single best friend.
Yeah.
And he said, all right, call him Tell him that you
know
guys
exactly what
tell
you're
him,
talking
tell him
about.
that you guys are having problems. See what he says if you say you're trying to hook up. Call him on the phone. Yeah, me and Brian are having little issues. I wonder if you wanted to come through, and see what happens. And then he said, I bet I'm on my way. I'm like, but that's the thing, because a lot of guys become the best friend just to wait on some stuff.
Yeah.
So the reason I think, I mean, I got no problem if you're somebody like me, like
I just don't like being wrong. So when I peep it and they deny it, that the issue is the denial.
Yeah,
I'd rather you approach the issue like, but I'm never okay. This is gonna sound really egotistical, and bro, you can fact check this with anybody, bro. But like, I'm really like never wrong. Like, it's like really insane. But like, I'm never wrong when it comes to that type of like intuition about like the nature of certain.
Oh, okay. But
so it's like, how you gonna like? I've proven. In the end, it's just a suspicion. Like, can you, out of respect for me, I don't find that dude respectful.
Yeah.
Check that situation. You're telling me it's not my place to, well, whatever. Okay, then you check that situation, right? And come report back to me about what I already know is right.
See, the one thing is that it's not even about the girl. It's about the guy.
Yeah.
But it's because the guys who become these best friends for these girls are really just, not all of them, of course, because my best friend or my girl best friend is my neighbor Maya, live down the street, know each other all our lives because we lived on the same street all our lives.
Yeah.
So it's like there are those situations where, and me personally, I have a lot of girlfriends that I just grew up with. Because I mean, if we go back to the other episode, Proud Black Queens, I just relate with them a lot.
It's so interconnected.
Yeah,
it's so interconnected.
But yeah, I just relate. Not like relating to like a lot of like the feminine stuff, I guess, but like just relating on like the having the maturity level.
Yeah.
So that's just me. But in terms of a lot of the guy friends, I know that a large percent, like, because I'm just thinking based on if I did the same thing on that call, like called up my best friend Maya or called up one of my close girlfriends. If I call them up and be like, "Hey, me and my girl having little issues, come through,"
they'd be like,
bro, are you okay?
Yeah,
like, bro. So that's what I'm saying.
And they be concerned.
Yeah.
Like they know something suspicious.
Yeah, they'll be like, "Chris, I'll stop playing." Like, shut up.
Yeah, and if they called me and they was on some stuff like that, I'd be like,
yeah. But that's why the only reason I do that is, the only way I'm saying that, it's not even because of like the girl and like I don't trust her, whatever. I don't trust the dude because I know, bro. I'm a guy, bro.
Exactly, I know, bro.
I know,
like for a fact,
bro.
You know what scared me is I was talking this same conversation with somebody else, and they were like, "Oh no, girls, we know," and I'm like, "So y'all know that we right, and you still decide to." That's where I don't mess with the girl.
That's
where I don't mess.
I mean, I get it if it's completely oblivious, but bro,
there's no such thing.
Girls know, bro.
There's no such thing as being completely oblivious or something like that. Especially after you expose it, because now she's consciously thinking about it because she sees you.
Yeah, because if I say, "Hey, peep this,"
yeah,
and you don't peep it, all right.
Well, yeah. Or you peep it because you can tell the different in the language. Now it becomes defense. Where before it's like, "Oh, I'm just only talking about my friend Jerry."
Bro, he would never do something
like that. Oh my god, he's just like.
Nah, dog. I ain't messing with that.
And then they hear, no, now I remember. So look, my entire point is that when it comes to the best friend thing, I just
don't trust the guy.
I don't trust the guy initially. I start questioning the girl when her or how like just her ignorance, like how you're choosing for us not to be correct. Because maybe it's true for them. Like,
I'm saying a lot of it is you do lose. A lot of it is just like, I mean, people like attention. That's just it. People like attention,
and I hate that.
People like attention. I don't.
I mean,
bro, doing this podcast was so hard for me because I don't like attention.
Doing this podcast,
well, it's not like I don't like it. I don't like seeking it.
I don't like seeking attention.
I don't like seeking attention.
That's why
doing this and like reaching out saying, "Hey, yo, support this, support that." Like, it's like I'm typing. I'm like,
Yeah, I'm like, why am I asking people to like? Why am I DMing my friends to be like, yo, repost this?
Yeah,
like,
see, I don't like seeking it. Hey, don't get me wrong. Like,
I love the support.
I'm fine with lots of support, like playing soccer. I score me a goal, everybody cheer. Hey,
Yeah.
I got no problems with that. But for me, like going out seeking it,
I've never been an attention / support seeker.
Yeah, I don't.
And maybe because I'm used to it coming to me, which isn't like a bad thing. That sounds like it's coming out of my mouth, but like it isn't a bad thing. So
no,
to have people who support you and stuff like that.
Hey, nobody has problems with anybody supporting, but it's like when you go out seeking it, but I guess for some of the people in those situations, like those, best friend situations, or the whole thing, like, hey, why don't you just like block them? It's people like attention, And you can't. Hey, I guess you can't blame them, but it's like, is you getting attention over this relationship? If that's the issue, it's raps.
Yeah, no, I think that because so that it's basically raps.
Yeah, it's basically raps.
But what happens if you break up with that person and then they are like, let's say you judge the best friend or whatever, they somehow convince you that it's cool, you guys break up, and guess what, bro?
Oh,
now what you do? What you doing afterwards? Like, are you really? Because I'm evil.
Oh no, I'm not that. Yes, I'm hurting. Yes, I'm jaded.
I will never step. I'll turn into a whole.
Oh no, you definitely get your dog phase off. But then, every guy gets to simping at some point in time.
I feel like
your dog phase, and then at some point, the amount that you go through. I mean, it depends on if it's really a good girl. Like if it's really a good girl. Like I know sometimes you're not feeling it, but if it's really like a genuine girl that you actually saw something with, you can get as many bodies.
I say a lot of things. I'm a visionary.
No, I'm saying I'm saying like if it's really a genuine down female, I gotta get that out of my vocabulary. A down woman.
Are we doing that? Whichever. Okay.
Yeah, a down woman. That you really saw something with, the amount of bodies that you get after the fact, the amount of girls you text after, it's never gonna fill that. If you really saw something, it depends on if it's just something you just messing with for the time being. But if you really feel it, you get as many bodies. But at the end of the day,
I'm gonna tell you something right now.
You're gonna hit that Marvin's room. Fuck that. That's you.
I'm gonna keep it a whole 100 G's. Whole 100 G's. I personally am a type of person who will kick anybody out of my life if they do me wrong.
But that's not doing you wrong.
But no.
Not particularly. Oh no, actually, I don't know. I wasn't saying particularly about the
I'm just saying like
getting with the best friend part. I'm just talking about breaking up with somebody that you really care about. That's all I was saying.
Oh well, yeah, mutual breakup can be better. But I'm just saying like in my head, I was going with the like you peep that shit on and that moment happen like.
But it depends. If you broke up with her, then it's on you. That's what I'm saying. Like if you broke up, I'm saying like it's if you peep the guy, whatever, you could peep the guy. Maybe she doesn't. Maybe she wants you, and then you break up with her, bro. She's a free agent, bro.
But let's say the reason why you broke up with her isn't because of that.
I'm saying that makes it even less of her fault. Because it's not like, oh, I'm breaking up with you because I think you're gonna get with him, and then you break up and then she gets with him. Okay, that's different. But if it's like y'all just break up and you initiate whatever, bro, y'all are both free agents now. Go find a new team.
That's facts.
That's how I look at it.
Everybody's
either on the team or they're a free agent looking for a contract. Some people end up being retired.
I feel like the GM was in her DM.
Oh.
I said it. The GM was in her DM.
I mean,
I'm personally not a nice guy when it comes to like if I feel any amount of disrespect, I'm personally not a nice guy. Like I personally don't. I mean like this is gonna sound so terrible, but like I personally do not feel like and nice meaning like not like I'm not an abuser. I'm keep my hands to myself. I mean in a way where it's like, if you disrespect me, right? I have no respect for you. Not that I will disrespect you. That is not a guarantee.
You just lost.
I just lost all respect.
You just lost the respect.
So,
and that's something that you probably could never gain.
Never gain back. And then, you know, I have this thing where like I kick people out of my life after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I have like first of all, if you ever get kicked out of my life in any type of way, that means that I, like, first of all, I don't need anybody. Like, like, that's a strong, like, bro, you're my everything?
Bro, let me tell you something. Bro, I've been trying, I've been praying and trying to,
like,
finally,
you're my everything?
It's like, in my life,
can you be somebody's everything?
I mean, the way I live, like, people were wondering, Christoph, why did it take you so long to get in, like, an official relationship, all that type of stuff? It's because all that time, I didn't need nobody. I needed me, myself, and I. Bro, I can chill out at the crib all weekend. Some people need to be with people. Some people need to go out and party. Some people need to have something. Bro, I am completely content with kicking back at the crib. Not even doing nothing. Not even like I got to be at home to do homework. I can kick back at the crib. Bro, I'm a professional at minding my own business.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, like, so when, like, everything else in my life are like wants. And it's not saying, it's not like diminishing them.
Yeah,
want.
Me having it should make that want so much more.
Just because
like,
I don't need something, like, as much as I love my family, I love everything they've done for them. I needed a lot of that to grow up in my life. Not saying I don't need my family anymore, but it's like
I really, really want them.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I feel like I've always been sort of self-dependent on a social sense. I'm like, Mom, if you're listening, I still need a roof. I still need a roof to live under.
On a social sense.
But on a social sense, I don't need nobody.
I don't need nobody. So, look, this has been my issue with just a few things, like when it comes to friendships, relationships, like whatever. Not my issue. Not an issue. I mean, it becomes an issue. Yeah. But it's like this. So first, you know, I personally have this higher thinking or whatever. I feel like very few people come close to the way I think and the way I manifest things. But I also am a very strong believer in the fact that I don't need anybody. So when somebody wants me to be like their everything, I think that I'd be lying if I ever told anybody that they're my everything. I either was like, no, let me not say that, because in the future I may somehow emotionally feel that way. Yeah. But I can't. I'm such a idealist or whatever, that for me to claim that my everything relies in one person, like, even me affirming that in reality literally hurts, like, my soul. like, because it makes me feel like I am now in like embedding the essence of what I've already worked so hard in into somebody else, and add in that now they carry that everything. So once it's in them, if they go away, they have taken my everything. And I feel like words are so powerful. So I feel like if you start affirming that somebody's your everything over and over and over again, you're gonna start believing it, and then it's gonna start happening. Yeah, so you're gonna kick out your homies, you're gonna kick out your friends. I'm hop off I'm like, it's all that's combined, right? You start losing, and that's with anything. That's like saying like school's my everything. Okay, if school's your everything, if you start affirming that more and more and more, then school's gonna become your everything. Yeah. And you're gonna end up kicking out people out your life. So when it comes to relationships, I feel like it's really bad. Because then when you get out that relationship, now my everything's now you have to rebuild. Yeah. See, it's and now you're going back to the person. You're going back to the person. We travel back. You go back to the person because you lost something. You think you or what you ended up. Yeah, embedding in there. And they have to give it. They have to decide to give it back to you.
See, that's the thing. The one big stronger. Be strong on your own. So when you lose something, you're never off balance. Yeah. So if you're already strong on your own, if you're solidified, certified in yourself. When you lose things, they don't tip you off balance. It's like I don't lose my leg and I'm tipping over. I just have something in my hand and I'm just like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I'm still straight. So that's one thing that I've always felt, and I didn't think that many people understood it because you can never phrase it right. You can never phrase it right because it always sounds like, oh, he said you don't need nobody. You all like obviously.
I'm about to sneeze.
It's obviously a lot of like. It's just
I'm
hard.
about to sneeze again.
Oh damn! I think it's like you can never phrase it correctly when you're really explaining it to somebody that doesn't get it. Like I get you. I don't need nothing on a social sense. I really, really want things, but
really,
if worse comes to worse,
push comes to shove,
I'm straight. I'm fine. But that's damn.
See, I told you, but we like this,
bro.
We like this. We like this.
Man, oh man, I never thought I'd see the day.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm just like that. I'm like that. Like for real. I'm in there like that. Bro.
Yeah, that's something.
That's a deep one.
And that doesn't even have to go on a like relationship romantic sense.
That's on anything.
That's
if
on
you
anything.
Deep dive right now. If you claim that something is your everything, I'm just checking to make sure I look good. If you claim that something is your everything, right? You are now therefore taking the substance of everything that you've already worked to put together, right? And then kind of like entrusting it into something else, whether that's an object, activity, person, parent, sibling, whatever, right? Now, we're not saying it can be a lovely thing to say.
So yeah.
You know, like, oh, am I everything?
Yeah.
Like, cool.
But if it's real,
but like, if you mean that shit, no. But like on a real note though, like if you really push that everything title onto somebody, first you have to understand that it may not be reciprocated.
True.
Right.
True.
And let's say that somehow that activity, object, person, whatever, is no longer a part of your life. You have now entrusted the substance of your everything into something else, something external, and now what? You're left empty. So that's why when somebody leaves, when that object stops, when that activity stops, when it comes to a halt, now you're feeling empty, right? So to avoid, and it's the power of the tongue. It's the power of the word. It's the power of affirming something over and over and over and over again, and it starts manifesting in your reality, wherever it is, whether negative or positive, which is the reason why I can never talk to somebody who's purely pessimistic. Yeah. Right? Because now you're constantly affirming the negative, and it eventually happens, and it will.
Yeah, fact.
So I think that it's really important for people to understand that when it comes to anything, we're not just talking about relationships, and when it comes to anything, entrusting your internal being, your internal substance into something else, right? Giving it and putting it in the hands of something else, something that isn't higher elevating. Because maybe you do need to entrust something into somebody who can carry it above you. You work on yourself, get back up, and you can kind of take on a few of those things one at a time, right? I can see that. I can see how that can manifest metaphorically in my mind.
Yeah.
But for you to just entrust something to somebody, especially somebody who's on the same level as you, and then what? Just like, I don't know, just be attached to that person only because you've already entrusted everything in it. I mean, now you're attached to the hip. So if they detach themselves, you've lost everything.
Yeah. But there's always a but. The one thing is, like for like marriage, like
that's what I'm saying.
I'm saying sometimes you get to a point in your life where
you can entrust.
No, not just that. Because what I hear from, I mean, not a lot of married people, but like, you know, the people be married for like, you know what I'm saying? The people who've been married for like 60 years, 50 years, 40 years. Like, bro, that's 40 years, dog. Like, but sometimes you meet somebody and it happens like once in a lifetime where everything that you have, it's like a perfect piece. Everything that you have, you don't have everything. There's some things in your life that you struggle with, that you have problems with, insecurities with, and sometimes that other person makes you feel whole. Even though you already feel solidified on yourself, but it's not until you meet that person,
you're like, dang.
that it's like, wow, like I feel like I have to be better to, like, she makes me want to be better. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And this is just based on, you know, how married people talk about each other, like whatever. But I mean, but it's like, sometimes you'll get to that point, because I mean, this is coming from a perspective of two 18-year-olds going into our primes, you know? And it's like, that's from our perspective. We feel like we don't need nobody. But hopefully, because that's kind of how life kind of like, you know, redeems itself.
So yeah, reveals itself.
You come across somebody that makes you, while you already feel whole with all these other people. You feel me? And it comes a time where you, and it's not even just a person, where you come to that job or that something that makes you feel like with that, it makes you like your fullest potential of not just like on a professional sense, but like on a social sense. Like, I wouldn't count it all the way out, but the bulk of it, all facts.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think that I think that it is possible.
But some people don't know like the judgment of when to do that,
because they're not like that.
You know I'm saying,
bro.
like you're not gonna find.
Like
the odds that you find.
I can't ask you.
I'm saying like the odds that, let's say for some people dating when they're like 15 or whatever and get like heartbreak, like the odds that you find that when you're like, you know, 14, 15, whatever, 16, it's like extremely low.
Yeah.
You have to live life. And maybe it ends up, you know, life works in mysterious ways. Sometimes it works all the way full circle. You end up back with that, you know, and it's like, dang, this is what God wanted for me. But, you know, you never know until you know.
You never know until you know.
You never know until you know. That those are one of the things that just you can't know.
You can't know
until you know.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, you know? I'll say it's been a pretty fire episode. I'm not gonna
okay. Hey, bro.
Drop some knowledge, a little relationship advice.
Facts.
Going into life advice, going
Yes.
into friendships, going into the biggest thing of the week, you know, new president and whatnot. So, you know, can't complain.
Can't complain about this one. 13's been a good one.
13's been a nice one.
You know, I feel like we just keep elevating.
Hey,
like
we trying. We trying.
The stuff that we talk about, we just keep elevating, man.
But yeah, most definitely keep bringing in stuff that you guys want us to talk about.
Yes.
It doesn't always have to pertain about the most socially aware things, although that was what we started off on, but we're really looking to branch out just because this is, at the end of the day, it's new knowledge, yes, but it's also entertaining.
Yeah.
So lots of entertainment. Just making sure you guys stay active, stay on the lookout for new stuff, and if you guys want to hop on or you guys just want us to talk about anything in particular.
But if you guys want to hop on.
Yeah, just let us know. We're really open to anything.
Yeah, I think that for everybody who wants to hop on, you should definitely hit us up because we have low key we have a waiting list, like low key.
Yeah,
we got about like 7 people who are like for sure willing to hop on different like types of episodes and stuff. So if you're really interested in hopping on, give us your like little schedule. We'll work it in because pretty much, you know, it takes like an hour to shoot.
Yeah,
you know
it's not that long. The
not
rest
long.
of the time's on us.
Yeah,
it's not on y'all.
We just do our editing and stuff like that. We just ask you that you do like one promotional thing for us.
Yeah.
But like other than that, It's been pretty cool. And the videos, like the word of the day video structure you saw on the Instagram. That's basically all it is, like a clip that you can release.
Yeah.
So with that being said, though, you have listened to
Episode 13 of
the
the New Knowledge Podcast.
See you next time.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.